Good evening, yarnies, dirty hookers, and fiber fiends. How's everybody? I'm pretty good. Hey there, Sue. How are you? The stream was postponed 2 hours because this afternoon I was starting to sitting here. I was starting to nod off. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I had to go take a little nap for about 2 hours, and that's helped a whole lot. So that's why we're a little late. With that being said, we probably are still going to have a smaller stream than what we normally do. I originally had two things planned for tonight: the Fox Applique and the Bear Doily. We might not do the Bear Doily tonight. We'll see. Once we get through the Fox, we'll decide if we're going to do the Bear Doily head or work on a Project Linus blanket or raid somebody. So we'll see how we feel. I haven't had any dinner tonight yet, so I am hungry, but that can wait a little while. So apart from that, I'm doing good. I don't think there's any other updates or announcements that I wanted to make. I think we're good on everything. Everything's the same as it was yesterday. So I guess we can just get right into it. We're going to be making this cute little fox applique. I think is adorable. And this is by the YouTube channel, again, Maria's Blue Crayon. We've done a bunch of their little appliques. I think the owl was a Maria's Blue Crayon pattern. The squirrel. Yeah, the owl and the squirrel. And I'm not certain. We might have done other things of hers. You're going to look today? That's okay. Nope, I understand. I think back in August, the popsicle applique, I think that was also a Maria's Blue Crayon. So it's a pretty good place. And no, that was Busy Crochet. Okay, I was gonna think yesterday's the 4 squares, but that was a different channel. Okay, this is not gonna take that too long because it's just a few rounds for the repeat. Not a repeat, for the head, and then the ears and all the detailing. So should be a somewhat quick small little project. Alrighty, let me see what is going on over, not there. Okay, if anybody's following along, let me know. Let me move you right there, because I need to learn that my title where it says the Crafty Cub is covering up, so I gotta be aware of framing. Alrighty, we're gonna do a magic ring. And into the magic ring, we're gonna chain 1 to lock the ring, just so it's not flopping around. And we're gonna do 10 singles into the magic ring. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to pull it somewhat shut. Slip stitch into my first stitch, and that's round 1. The head is only 4 rounds. So round 2, and I'm going to get a stitch marker just to be ready in case I need it. Round 2, we're going to chain 1, and each stitch is going to get 2 stitches. So it's a simple increase. And 2, I will mark it, even though I don't really have to. I'm not going to close it. So each stitch gets 2 stitches. So you're going from 10 to 20. Let me turn my music down a little bit. If the music's too loud for everybody, let me know. Or if it's too quiet. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, and 20. And then I'm going to slip stitch to join. And that is round number 2. Tighten up the ring a little bit more. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and tighten it up all the way. That is round number 2. Round number 3, we're going to chain 1. And the first stitch, we're going to put 2 singles, next stitch 1, all the way around. So first one gets 1, second gets 2. Basically, you're doing another simple increase, going from 20 stitches to 30. There's 1, and then this one's going to get 2. 1 and 2. I am going to mark my stitch so I don't totally get confused. Yep. Snag this yarn. And when I'm done, I will count to see if I have 30. Two. There's 1. That one stitch is very tight right there. I gotta get 2 stitches in there. 1 and I don't want to end up breaking the yarn. Okay, let's see if we have 30. I might have done too many. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 21, 22, 23. Nope, we have 30. Okay. Slip stitch into our join. Remove our stitch marker. So that's round number 3. So round 1 is 10 stitches, round 2 has 20, round 3 is 30. They're all singles. Just a circle. Round number 4, we're going to chain up 2, and we're going to half double crochet in the next 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So those first 12 get half doubles. The next 6 get doubles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then the last 12 are going to be half doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Got to read the number 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Slip stitch to join. And we're going to fasten off. And that is the head of the fox. I'm going to weave in my center tail. I'm not going to weave in the outer one because that I need to know where the halfway point is, or the join part. What is the halfway? So then I can position the ears, because I got to count from that center point. Okay, we're all done with the orange color. Okay, we're going to get our white. And where we joined here, we're going to start with the right ear. We're going to count back 6 stitches and attach our white. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is right there. And we're going to attach with a single crochet. So I'm going to move my stitch marker 1 further, just so I know I go 1 stitch to the left. And I'm going to start with a standing single. There's my single in that stitch. And then the next 3 are going to be singles. So you'll have a total of 4. Chain 1 and turn. I think we chain 1. Yeah. Okay. So we flipped over, and now we're going to do single crochet 2 together across. So we'll do a set of single crochet 2 together and another set. And it might help if I zoom in a little. So go in, bring up a loop, go in the second, bring up a loop, yarn over through all of that. That's 1, and do another 1. Simple decrease. Chain 1 and turn. We have 2 stitches, and now we're going to do a single crochet 2 together again. 1, and then the other, and now we have down to 1 stitch. Yarn over, and then not yarn over, chain, and then finish, and we will tuck in our, weave in our ends. So that is the right ear done. And for the left ear, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to start 4 spaces to the left of the center join. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to go in there. I'm going to put 1 further over, just so I know I need to go 1 stitch to the left of my stitch marker. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Start with a standing single. And then the next 3 stitches each get a single. Chain 1, turn, and then do 2 sets of single crochet 2 together. So you're going to decrease at the beginning here and then decrease at the end. Chain 1, turn, and do the same thing we're going to do, single crochet 2 together. Chain 1, cut my yarn, pull through. That yarn had a knot in it, a hand-tied knot, so that kind of sucks, but it's what we got. So at this point, I am going to weave in all of my tails, including the orange. We need the orange one to mark our midpoint so we can count. And just weave, weave, weave. The ears are most of the way done, about halfway. We still have to add the black tips. So this is the last night of our Woodland theme, unless we work on the bear doily head, or the bear head doily I should say, and if we have to continue it till another stream. But essentially this is the end of the woodland. We're leaving the forest. So, cute little ears. Now we're going to get the black yarn. Got another knot in this one. And all we're going to do for the black is we're going to join where we started our white, and we're going to single crochet. Hey there, Alex. Just here listening. Tyler wanted eggs, so I'm making her eggs. Ooh, egg sounds really good. And welcome to my stream. I'm the Crafty Cub. I stream 4 or 5 nights a week. Mostly I teach stitches, or teach motifs, and then I also, I'm losing my voice, I also have theme months or weeks. Right now we are in our woodland themed. For the past couple weeks we've, you followed me from the raid, from Pix, yep, and thank you for the follow also. Past couple weeks we have ventured into the forest. We did the first week of September, we did a couple mushroom motifs. Some were square, some was a stitch. Last week we did leaves. We did a bunch of leaf appliques. We did a really cool, and if you are if you follow Pix, and if you're in Pix's Discord, you might have seen what I've done, because I post things into Pix's Discord. So last week we did this spiral leaf granny square, and you can change up the colors however you want, and that's one of my favorites that I've ever done. So we do a lot of 3-dimensional granny squares. Yep, that was me. I did last week, well, it was actually, I made the sample a couple weeks before, but I showed on stream This is my very first amigurumi. And if you follow Pix is an amigurumi guy. Well, I'm not really an ami person. So this was my first ami, and it's a cute little acorn, and I'm proud of it. So I'm not going to frog this. A lot of my samples, not these probably, but some of my samples I'll frog and reuse the yarn. It's mainly for stream, so I can highlight and show how to do different techniques. But this is not getting frogged. This might even get hung up on my desk somewhere. So, cute little ami. I'm venturing into it. So, again, welcome. And if you're a crocheter, or if you're not a crocheter, or if you're just curious, if you have any questions about crochet, feel free to ask. If you are a crocheter and you're stumped on something, always stop me, and I can put this aside, get some scrap ball of yarn, because there's tons of yarn everywhere, and I can hopefully try to demonstrate something and possibly answer your question. And yes, thank you, Grammy, for welcoming them into my stream. So that's pretty much what I do. I do plan on doing other crafts and art forms, not just crochet, in the coming months. Probably after the holidays, I plan on doing some other things. I can't do this to save my life. You may have seen the top I posted it in Whips and Pix's Discord. I'm not certain, I might have. I'll have to go back and look at it sometime. But yeah, if you have any questions for any of it, feel free to ask. It was the mesh top he showed yesterday. I was in his stream on and off after I raided, so there was a lot that he was showing. He was going through a lot, because he's got a lot of people that share their stuff. I'll have to go back and look. So I'm going to join with the black to where I started with the white, and I'm just going to do singles all the way around. That's all that this is. So I'm joining with a standing single crochet. And I know you can't really see the black yarn against the black background and the lighting. Even if I had brighter lighting, dark colors are difficult for the camera sometimes. So you kind of just put the stitches wherever you can, right on the edge. Oh, and yes, speaking of Discords, I have a Discord. If you want to join the Discord, there's the link for it. It's a very small group over there, nothing like Pix's community. And that's also another good place to ask questions, because if I can't answer it, or I'm not around to answer it, maybe somebody else will. And it's not just for crochet. I am the crafty cub, not the crochet cub. So we are open to all types of art. Or whatever you're working on. If it's not art, if you want to share pictures of the walk you just took, or you name it. Okay, let's do that. So I've added the black tips to my fox's ears, and I'm just going to weave in my ends. Nothing really spectacular for this part. Yeah, I took that nap this afternoon, and I think it's made my voice a little hoarse. I think that was my problem the other night. I do knit, but it isn't my speed. It takes too long to finish a hat. I also need new knitting needles. I'm with you with that. I know how to do a knit stitch and a purl stitch. That's about it. It takes me forever to knit a few stitches. For like a dozen stitches, it would take me forever. I need more practice. That's my my issue. I get the concept, but I don't know how to increase, decrease, do any other types of stuff. I know it's all knitting is basically combinations of knit stitches and purl stitches. It's just how you put them together. I don't know how to do a cable, don't know how to do any of that. I'm just now learning how to do cables and crochet. And speaking of that, coming up next week, we're going to be doing a couple, technically they're amigurumis. They are three-dimensional pumpkins, and one of them, and that one, when I do that one, it's gonna be a long stream. It might have to be split up into two streams. They call it a braid, but it makes a cable braided type stitch on the outside of the pumpkin, and it's all crochet. And maybe when I'm done, my little fox friend here, I'll get the sample. So our fox has ears. Now we need to do the muzzle, the little white. The white part on this, I think, actually makes it really cute, because it just had a nose. It wouldn't look as cute. But I think the little muzzle adds something to it. All right, for where we joined, we're going to count around 13. Wait, should it be 13? Yeah, it's 13. Okay. So our join is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going to join there, but I'm going to go... Actually, I need to go to the other side. Because I'm right-handed, I got to stitch right to left. So let's count the other way around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. So that's our 13th stitch. I'm going to put one stitch marker right one stitch beforehand so I don't have to recount. And I'm going to join my white in that 13th spot with a standing single crochet. Again, this pattern is from Maria's Blue Crayon. This is not my pattern. I do not claim it as my own. And the link is there in the chat. So if you want to access it, that's for the YouTube video. But I think there's also a written, there is a written pattern on their blog. So we single crochet, standing single in the first, and then in the next 5, we'll get a single crochet. So it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And all we're going to do now is chain 1, cut, pull through, and weave in your ends. That's all there is to the muzzle. All that's left for him after this is his nose, and to make him some eyes and little eyebrows. This one I thought was cute to put a little eyebrow. Did they put eyebrows on theirs? Yes, they put eyebrows on theirs. So, just gonna weave in my little tails of the yarn. I don't need the stitch marker anymore. That would just make certain that I was going into the right spot. And I'm just going to cut those tails off. All my tails are not going to go into my, where did I have it? Oh, it's over here. Into my schnibble pile, which I got to put it into the bin. Got a little tin. It's getting full, so I need to separate all of my yarn scraps. I save them. I call them schnibbles. I got it from another, not YouTuber, a streamer, Ms. Jenks. She calls them schnibbles. And I'm going to separate them into colors. And then we're going to open them up and open the fibers and then card them and then spin them back into yarn at some point. But I want to separate them into fibers, so if I want specific colors to be spun, they're not all going to get mixed together or before I even turn them into fluff. Alright, and there's more schnibbles. We're now going to do his little nose. Okay, where's my hook? So with the black, I'm going to chain up 4. And I'm going to throw the applique across the desk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Join to the very first. Chain.
Thanks for the raid.
Wow, thank you for the raid, Traveling Tatter. How was your stream? I was in Tatter's stream right before I went live, and they are working on, they tat, so they take, and I don't have any, well, actually I have it here. They take crochet thread, or tatting thread, cotton thread I should say, and real thin stuff like this. I use this stuff on Thursdays, and they use a tatting shuttle, which I'm going to learn how to use, and they make really beautiful lace with it. It's this technique that, and I don't know how to do it properly, where you take the shuttle and you make these series of knots to make these cute little knots and designs to make basically lace. So definitely, if you're not following them, and I think everybody, well, that's assuming. Hold on. If you aren't following the Traveling Tatter, definitely check out their stream. And they're a really nice person. Very, very nice. And great conversation over there. Lost thread chicken and closed the ring without doing a join. Oh, that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. How's it going here? Oh, it's going good. Like I said, well, you weren't here. Just doing this cute little fox applique. So adorable. It's from the YouTube channel Maria's Blue Crayon. There's also a blog with the written pattern. So all I'm doing now is I'm putting the finishing touches on him. I made his little nose, and I just literally, when you braided, I finished making the nose. Now I've got to stitch it on, and then we're going to do the fun. This is the part that I love, the little embroidery stitches, and we're going to be doing that in the new year. We're going to, and not just on crochet work. We're going to do embroidery stitches, like traditional embroidery. Again, I'm not just the crochet cub. I am also, I am the crafty cub. So we're going to venture out from just crochet. And actually, that's how the stream started. Back last December, when I started the stream, there was no crochet. I mean, there was a little crochet, but I started with Christmas ornaments. I started with a, I don't even remember what the first one was, but I know I did a fabric. You cut strips and you fold them a certain way. You make 4 of them and you overlap and you weave them and you make the Scandinavian star. It's a Christmas ornament. There's no sew to it. No sewing at all. And I did these styrofoam quilted fabric ornaments. No sew. You take these squares and you fold them a certain way, and then you take pins and you position them, and you make this. I'll have to get some. Wait, you rated me twice? Oh, Twitch left some behind. Twitch will do that. Okay, thank you for doing a second raid. Those of you that were left behind, welcome. I am not the crochet cub. I am the crafty cub. Words. And Tatter knows that words can be difficult when you're streaming. So welcome in those extra raiders. I mainly crochet, but like I was saying before the second raid, starting in the new year, we're going to do some other things besides crochet. We're going to get a little more creative. Not that crochet is not creative. We'll still crochet. We will always crochet, but I'm going to try some other fun things. We're going to do some cross stitch. We're going to do some embroidery. We're going to do some jewelry making, traditional beaded jewelry making. We're going to learn how to tat. I'm going to learn how to tat with inspiration and some support from the traveling tatter. She got me to want to learn. Again, I knew about tatting for years, and I've had this shuttle. I've had the tatting shuttle. We've probably had this for about 20 years, almost 20 years, and I've never learned how to use it. I got it. I used to work at Michael's Arts and Crafts, and it was part of like a clearance grab bag type thing, if I remember. Yeah, or maybe I saw it and I just purchased it and then never learned. So we're going to learn. That is a 2024 project. So we've added this cute little muzzle, and now we're going to do the fun creative part. We're going to add his eyes, and the eyebrows on this one is what makes him. So again, those of you who came in on the raid, not only do I do traditional, well, not traditional, crochet with yarn. I do not amies. Well, I am starting to do amies. I shared how to do this the other week. My first ami. I need to do after stream stuff. I'll leave a lurk. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Do your after stream stuff. And thank you again for the raids. Not only do I do appliques, I do granny squares, I do blankets, I've done scarves. I also do, for those of you that were in Tatter's stream, the same material that Tatter uses to tat, I use to make crochet doilies. This happens to be an example. I may or may not start this tonight, a new one. I'll show how to do this. But I also do more traditional, and these are done on Thursdays. A more traditional vintage pattern. This is a pattern from the 30s. They call it a spiderweb doily, which, gee, I wonder why. We do edgings. This is a mystery edging. I have a book from the 40s of 100 crochet edge patterns, and this was I think this was our first mystery edging. This might have been one. I'm not certain if this was or not. Let me show a few other ones. Where's the pretty one? That one was really pretty. So we do vintage patterns on Thursdays. And speaking of Thursday, this coming Thursday will be the next time I stream after tonight.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Risaka. And welcome to the stream. This coming Thursday, the next time I stream, on our Throwback Thursdays is when we do our vintage, we are having a special guest. We originally scheduled the special guest the other week. I had scheduling issues, whatever. And then last week I wasn't feeling well, so we are going to have, fingers crossed, cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross whatever you want to cross, our special guest on this Thursday. That's what we do here. And we, like I said, we teach. So if anybody has any questions about crochet, I am more than willing to stop what I'm doing, pick up another ball of yarn and a hook, and try to demonstrate and try to answer your question. So, we're now going to do his little eyes. You can put his eyes wherever you want. My example, they're a little close. This one might be a little bit further away. I don't want them too far away. So I'm going to do a French knot. And I showed how to do French knots on the past couple streams. I don't know if I'm going to show that again. If anybody wants to know how to do a French knot, let me know. But I'll show it again in the new year when we do embroidery stitches. So what is everybody working on? I know what Tatter was working on. Oh, I didn't mention that. Tatter is working on a cute little pair of cat ears that you can actually wear. And they're tatted. And they're kind of curved. But yeah, definitely check out their stream. And they're part of Mocha Loco team, which is a pretty cool team. I'm not part of Mocha Loco, but they've got a lot of streamers on their team. All right, we're going to do our little French knot here. Pull that like that, and I want to make certain I don't stitch my entire hand into the French knot. There we go, that was a French knot. French knots can be tricky when you're first learning how to do them. Years and years and years ago, with embroidery and cross stitch, when I was learning how to do a French knot, my first couple, actually my first dozen or so, were horrible. They were just a rat's nest of thread. I wasn't using yarn, I was using embroidery floss, and it was just a mess. So there, we've got our little eyes, and now we're going to do some eyebrows, and I'm going to put the eyebrows where I think the eyebrows should go. And the eyebrows are just a basic stitch. Just a little line right above it. And the eyebrows definitely give him a little bit of, or her, some character. That's the fun part, is adding the little details. So, if you want, you can do actual, like, eyelashes. You can get real detailed and elaborate with some of your embellishments. But then, we're just going to weave in our ends. And then you can take this and you can sew them on. I think this one's ears were a little bit further apart. I think I might have counted a little different, which is fine. And then you can stitch them onto a blanket, a hat, a scarf, a blanket. I already said blanket. A bag, whatever you want. And I'm trying to find my owl and my squirrels. And I think these were all from the same, yeah, these were all from the same channel. So we got our fox head. Earlier in the week, we did our owls. The owls are adorable, even our derpy owl friend. And then we also had some squirrels, and these are all from the same channel. We did these, like I said, the other day. And you can change up the colors, and then you can put these all in the same project. It'd be great for a kid, for a kid's blanket, or so. Lots of forest friends. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing. We're not going to, I don't think I'm going to do the, to start this tonight. If anybody would ever want to see me do this, let me know. I don't think I'm going to do this tonight. We're not going to end the stream. I've only been streaming not even an hour. We're going to be working on a Project Linus blanket. And I don't even have a picture of this queued up. It was a new one that I've started the other day. Let me go to... Before I pull that up, this piece was suggested by a follower weeks ago in my stream. They found a picture of it and they didn't have the pattern. Well, then during the same stream, another follower found a chart pattern for it, and it was really difficult to read, but I was able to replicate it. So I don't have written patterns for the bear doily, but I thought it was really, really cute. So we can always come back to this at some point and make this on stream. I'm just not feeling up to it right now. I want something a little more, less brain power, I guess you could say. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to, let me save this picture real quick. Project Linus. Oh, that's not what I want. Dang it. Bear with me, everybody. Save that. Okay. I gotta do this on the fly because I was not prepared, because this was not what I was gonna do. What is it called? Where is the, here it is. We are going to remove you. We're going to remove you. And we're going to put this up in the corner. And I found another blanket to make for Project Linus. Oh, we can... and I'll explain what Project Linus is here in a second for those of you who don't know. Actually, I did that wrong. We need to switch this over. We're not doing that blanket. We're not doing that blanket. That, and that, and this. Yeah, I was definitely prepared for tonight. Okay. I know this is really thrilling entertainment. Whoa. Don't want to end up getting too crazy here. Alrighty. We're going to have an ad starting. Should have done all this during ad break. We're going to have an ad, go to an ad, and when we come back from the ad, we will work on this new blanket pattern. So I will be right back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sitting through that ad break. And hey there, you can call me a Sheik. You've been on my channel before. I think your name is a Sheik. And thank you for the lark. Alrighty, so I got a lot of this yarn. It is, I would consider this a large sport weight yarn or maybe a really thin DK, but it's in that range there. It's a baby yarn, so it's somewhat thin. I'm leaning more to a sport weight. There's a lot of it here. So, and it's baby colors. It's the traditional white with a little pastel flecks. I need to use it up, so I'm gonna turn it into a blanket for Project Linus. For those of you who are not familiar with Project Linus, it is a non-profit in the US and Canada, maybe other nations. I still have to research that. They accept handmade new blankets, either crocheted, knitted, quilted, etc. A whole bunch of different types of blankets. Basically, any handmade brand new blanket. They donate them to children ages 0 to 18 that are in need, either traumatized, seriously ill, homeless, etc. So it's a really good cause. So I've already made 2 other blankets. We're going to donate them tomorrow. I've got pictures of those in my Discord. And Grammy ETC here in the stream has made a whole bunch of blankets for them. She has donated stuff to them in the past. It's got a bunch of others. I think there are pictures of those in the Discord as well. Some of hers are crocheted, some are quilted. So I came across this pattern. I wanted something that was interesting but not too complex. So this is called the Summer Lace Blanket. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. And I really like it. It's like a 4-row repeat until you get the size you want. And then after that, you do something different. It's not really a border. It's like a pre-border, I guess, because there's an actual border on it. So I thought it was interesting. You do a lot of this chain work. If you do doilies or any of traditional netting type stuff, you do basically 3 rows of that, and then this row is all groups of clusters. So it's kind of mindless. I just have to keep track of my rows of netting, because I was doing this and I'm like, was that 2 or was that 3? Wait, that looks like 4. So that's the only thing. It's also a thinner yarn, but I am using a 4mm hook. I could have gone a little thinner with my hook, or a little smaller, I should say, but I thought this would work. I don't have a label for this yarn. Again, I got this when I worked at Michael's decades ago. The yarn's in good condition, and I'll never use it because pastels is not my colors. Plus I got lots of big old cake of this. So what is everybody working on? Oh, I didn't change the thing. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? Okay, well, we're not gonna be able to do that, but that's okay. Finish the gingham blanket, working corner to corner on a cool yarn that has little poofs in it. A poofy yarn. Yeah, when it gets a little cooler, I've got some polyester fleece yarn. I got like 4 cakes of it, and that is going to be done in a basic corner to corner. And that is a larger yarn than I'm used to working with. I'll have to dig out my larger hooks. It's not like a jumbo yarn. Yeah, Grammy, we'll have to get a picture of that gingham blanket to post. Okay, that was round number 1 of 3. Because I got to keep track of this. I'm calling it netting. Because it makes basically a netting stitch. Or netting work. 3. It's in the washer. Nice. Okay, we're gonna... And I did not mean to do that. I grabbed a stitch marker and it happens to be the same color as my hook. I don't color coordinate my stitch markers to my hooks. And the stitch marker is just there to let me know where the beginning of the round is. Because this is somewhat of fine yarn. And sometimes I get confused. And this is a center out pattern, so you're working in the round. Basically a big old square. Yeah, it's called the summer lace cotton blanket. I think they're using cotton. I'm not using cotton, this is acrylic. But with these chains, it works up quick. But it wasn't too lacy. There was this really pretty, I think they call it an heirloom blanket. It's a big square blanket, but it's pretty much a big old doily, and it's full of holes. And I was like, yeah, it's gorgeous, but it's not really practical. I might make it just to make it, but would never donate it. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll share the picture of it. Yeah, it's called Heirloom Baby Blanket. I'll show. This was one I found again on Ravelry. Let me move. Ah. Yeah, there was that. That's not really practical for a blanket. Yeah, it's like a christening thing or like a special occasion. Yeah, but it doesn't. Would not really provide any warmth. Looks like it would use for christening when packed away and never use again. Exactly. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, actually, I might do. I had to play around with the gauge. I might do that pattern in crochet thread, and it would be like a square doily. It would be probably smaller than. What are they? Let me see something. What are they? They recommend a DK weight. So yeah, if I did it in crochet thread, it would be much smaller. And that's a free pattern on Ravelry. But I thought that this pattern that I'm working on would be nice. It's still lacy, but would still have some warmth to it. Okay, that was the second round of this netting work. I'm going to do one more round and then we're going to do the cluster round. Mark the corner just so I know where to stop. Ah, come on. Yes, I split the yarn again. stitch. Let's try this again. Okay. Come on. Stitches are so tight, I can barely get the hook in there. Alrighty, that was round 3, right? 1, 2, 3, yes. Loop fell off the hook. There we go. And I gotta refer to my pattern because I know how to do the pattern. I just gotta refresh. That's not the right pattern. Refresh my memory on how to do this. Cheat, okay. I remember now. Two, 3, and 4. Not even making a dent in this. 2, 3. I need to pull out a bunch of slack because it's probably causing my stitches to snag. Put that in the bowl. Alrighty. Two and 3. Oops. I gotta redo that stitch. 2, 3, 4. Oh, stitch mark. Oh, I didn't put the stitch marker in. Didn't need it. Losing my mind here. 2. The third one, 2, 3. 1, 2. Check over here. I think when I get to then we're going to finish this round, so 2 more sides, and then we'll probably go raid somebody, so it'll be a little while. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Need more slack on this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4th one. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. 1. Eye itches. 2, 3, 4. 2. 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3. 1 more side. 1, 2, 3. 4, Hey there, Sophie. How are you? Two, three, two, three. I'm working on another blanket for Project Linus. This is called the Summer Lace Cotton Blanket is what they call it. I'm not using cotton. It's a simple 4-row repeat until you get further out whatever size you want, and then you do like a pre-border, and then you do an actual border. I just lost all of that. Two, three, and tired. I got 2 fillings today, so my teeth are hurting. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, dental work is not always fun. Well, it's never fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, try to take it easy, and I don't think anybody loves the dentist. Hey there, Maislin. How are you? 2. So yeah, Sophie, take it easy and follow the dentist orders. I'm pretty good. I'm working on another blanket for Project Linus. Still have 1 in the works, and I've got 2 that are completed. We're going to donate them tomorrow. About to head to sleep, but I wanted to pop in and say hello and see what you're working on. Oh, I'm glad you did. Yep. This is a free pattern from Ravelry called Summer Lace Cotton Blanket. I'm not doing it in cotton. I'm doing it in acrylic baby yarn. So it's a easy 4-row, a simple 4-row repeat, and it's kind of mindless for the most part. Finished pumpkins. Oh yeah, that's for those of you who were here earlier. I completely forgot about it. Completely forgot. We were talking about pumpkins and braid, like cables and knitting. Well, coming up next week, I'm doing another amigurumi, a larger one. Next week is pumpkins. So next Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are pumpkins. 2 of them are going to be amigurumi. 1 is going to be a stitch, which I still have to make my sample for. But the one I'm going to show you, it's a 3 pattern. It's a free pattern from yarnspirations.com. And they have 2 sizes. They have a small one and a large. I'm going to show how to do the small one. There's like 30 rows for the small one. So it's going to take some time to make just the small one. And Mikey from the Crochet Crowd has a video on how to do these. I think he did the big one. But this is the pumpkin. I don't really like the vine so much. But anyway, cute little stem. But I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera. Can you see this detail? There, you can kind of see it. It's a braid. So and when you're working on it, you're working in the round, but each row, for most part, each round, you're turning. So you're working in a round, but you turn each of them. And then it gets to a point where you're almost done, and you stuff it, and then you close it up, and then you cinch it. So you know the bottom of a pumpkin usually goes in the center. So this does that. It's got a little crater on the bottom, a little bit one on the top, and then you make this little. It's like mine did, but it worked in rows. Yeah, I've got another one, and I'll show a sneak peek of this. This is actually a The other one we're going to do, it's actually a lot easier. And it's actually for a centerpiece. You stack them. It's for 3 different ones. I've made the large one and the middle one. On stream, we're going to do the little one, the small one, and put the stem on it. And that's what this is. This was a rectangle. My dividing this into like sections is not the best, but they're going to be stacked. And then, yeah, you make a rectangle. You do back loop, half double crochets for however, whatever size. Each one is different. So you're going to do larger piece for the large one and smaller. And then you're going to stack them together. You can stack the big one, the middle one, and then the small one. And then you can add some embellishments. You have the stackable pattern. Yeah, this was from... Oh, what was it from? Give me 1 second. It's from YouTube. I found it on YouTube. It's probably been everywhere. Let me see. This I got from the YouTube channel Winding Road Crochet. Oh, butterfly there goes the butterfly. I can go twice as high. That was from back in June. I was doing my garden theme month, and we did some butterfly granny squares. So here is my large pumpkin. It's the same thing. It's just you start with a bigger rectangle, and then you could stack. It's easier to show when they're on their side. And then I'm going to do a smaller one on top. And what they recommend, and I think I'm going to do it because we have some fall greenery, leaves and stuff, that I'm going to put, they glue them in or sew them in. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick them in. You put some like fake foliage, like berries and fall leaves and stuff to decorate it, and you got like a centerpiece. Yep. You do. Yeah. Real easy to do. You can stitch them together or glue them together so they're one piece, but it's easier. And then this way, if you don't want them to be stacked, you can do them separately and do some type of something to sit something in there so it doesn't look just like that. I mean, you could make a little stem that you can sit in. So, cute little pumpkins. My venture into the world of Ammies. It all started with a little acorn, and now we have pumpkins. And there might be 1 or 2 other things we might do coming up in the next month or so that in the Ammie family. Yeah. You all know, you could, put a cinnamon stick. Yep, you can do that. But yeah, if you all know me, I am not an amigurumi guy. But something like that I'm okay with. I'm not one to do the different animals and characters and stuff. But if it's nature, I'm good with that. If it's, like I said, the acorn or the pumpkins. Okay. Yeah, the cinnamon stick would smell really good. Alright, we're going to work to this end here, and then I think we're probably going to go raid somebody. I am getting hungry. 2, 3, and 4. We'll have to see who's on. 2. You're going to lurk? Need sleep? Oh, yep. Have a good lurk. Okay. Yeah, it'll be short. I got to do a couple more stitches, and I'll do my closing and all of that. Like I said, I'm really hungry. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. this yarn can split sometimes. 2, 3, 4, chain 1, and we're going to go right into the top of that. Do this. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. I'm going to put my stitch marker into my corner. But yeah, that's the summer lace blanket pattern, which I thought was pretty cute. Let's see. Alrighty. Let's move everything over. Thanks everybody who came in to the stream tonight. Thank you, Traveling Tatter, for the raid earlier. Thank you anybody who has followed me. I appreciate it. It really helps my channel. Not that numbers matter, but I'm up to 260 followers. So, moving up there. Check out the Discord. I have a Discord. That is the link for the Discord. We got a small little group over there that we share our little projects and our patterns, ask questions. Check out my YouTube. All of my streams are uploaded to my YouTube channel after I'm done streaming. They're unedited. So if you want to go back and watch previous ones, things that I've done over the past almost year, because we're coming up on my streamiversary in the beginning of December, so you can see things that I've done before. I didn't mention this today. I also have a merch store. So if you're interested in any of the merch, I've got 2 different t-shirt designs and 2 different stainless steel water bottle designs. I'm in the process and in the works of coming up with some other things for the merch store. I think that's about it. Oh, I will be on tomorrow night for... Hold on, let me see something real quick. We might go there. Let me just look up something. I'll be on, not tomorrow night. Why did I say tomorrow night? I will be on Thursday night for our Throwback Thursday. We're having a special guest. And that will be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, East Coast Time. So definitely tune in for the special guest. I think a lot of you are going to be excited and happy for the special guest. I think that's it. So let me go and see who we are going to go raid. I think... Let me see what they're doing. Could go with them. Ooh. I know who we're going to raid. I don't know exactly what they're working on. It's crochet, but we're going to go raid them. Okay. Alrighty, again, thank you everybody for hanging out with me. Stick around for the raid. Even if you want to just stick around, give them a little look, give them a like, give them a follow, whatever you do here on Twitch. And then, if you need to go, I totally understand that. Like supporting other streamers, especially in the Makers and Crafters section. We're going to go raid Sheepy. Black Sheep Meat. If you're not familiar with Sheepy, she is a variety crafter. She crochets, she knits, she cross stitches, she diamond paints, pixel macrame, she plays games, she does tarot readings, she does affirmation readings, she does it all. There's a lot of chaos over there. It's definitely 18 plus. And this is her tagline. She's an enabler, and she is a degenerate. Oh, she's picked up tatting. She's picked up tatting because the Traveling Tatter has inspired her also. So, go check out Sheepy. So, everybody stick around for the raid, and I will see you all again on Thursday with our special guest.